It's week 3 of the NFL, and we'll see Fred Warner, who had a strong showing last week with an 8-tackle game. It's the Jets and the Pats, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it will be the New England Patriots taking on the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Personal foul. Face man. Defense.
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson. And his first pass is incomplete. Kadarius Toney, his intended target. And it's 2nd down. Still very early in the season, obviously, CD, but already key injuries that they've had to deal with.
And what's really difficult for a team is to try and maintain their focus when they feel like they've been a little bit snake bitten. It feels like every time they turn around, another injury crops up. How do they manage to hang together, get guys to play a little bit above their heads, and make sure that they're still afloat when their starters make it back?
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. That is caught. He's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. Catch made here by Campbell. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Still 1st down.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now it's Richardson. Throw left side, completion to Rice. Touchdown, Patriots. Rashee Rice with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots are on the board first here this afternoon. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. The loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Cousins now. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Richardson on 2nd and 10. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Jets will take over.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Cousins. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller.
And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Taking a peek at the rushing numbers for Spiller in last week's game.
13 carries, 60 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Running right, this is Spiller.
DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down.
Richardson looking to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And the Jets set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Here comes the former Patriot. This is Damian Harris.
And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line.
Devin Bush sprinting behind the line to track down the ball carrier.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty.
False start. Offense.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Cousins. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start. Offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Richardson now on 2nd down.
Throw left side complete. That's Rice. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Here's Richardson to throw. Got his man. It's Warren.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Harris running straight ahead. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Nothing the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing Cousins. And that is incomplete. The Jets at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games. And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Cousins. This short throw caught by Goddard. That'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. They hand this off to Harris. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Harris. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. One more time with Edwards-Helaire. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down. Harris is in. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, he put the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England trying to get a place on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, New England.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Running left, it's Warren. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Open man here is Conklin. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Off play action, Richardson. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now, that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Patriots ready to get the football back. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Up him at the 29. Now they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Spiller looking for space. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Richardson working from the gun.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line.
Time for another drive here for this Jets offense.
There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd down, Cousins. That is caught. It's the tight end Gunner. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
This will be caught downfield by Moore.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
Cousins throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed.
They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Throwing is Cousins. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Dio Odangbo. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a third and long. They're going to look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a third and 18.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Cousins now. Trying to fit it into more, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up at 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3? That'll be taken in by Shaheed. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. That is caught. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he dropped it about the 11 after only a yard. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And Richardson back to throw it. That is caught by Rice. Touchdown, New England. his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Patriots have taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that makes it a 17-10 score. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Cousins, and an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. 40 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New York. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back, and they will take over 1st and 10. New England's offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Here's 3rd and 6. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. Throw left side. Completion to Rice. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 5. To throw, Cousins.
Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. On the give, this is Harris. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Patriots 44-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Now Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 25-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A first down throw for Cousins. This short throw caught by Goddard. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know. Defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
They were looking for a big play in this comeback situation, and they call play-action pass, and it backfires. If you're going to run that play this late in the game, you have to have a plan in mind to avoid the sack. Throw it away, scramble, do something, but don't go down in your own backfield.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The drive starts with a give to Spiller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
First down, New England.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd
they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Throw out wide is incomplete.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Trying to come up with one there could not be. There's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield, and you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So out now come the Jets. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On second down, Cousins again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Carl Lawson picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. In motion right is Tony. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Richardson to throw it. That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They run behind center with Spiller.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long.
Third and long for Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On first down, Richardson.
And his throw is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On the counter, it's Spiller. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with a... And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriots score. Jalen Warren, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Pats might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by 11, 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on first down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. 4th down, 10 yards to go. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Buying time to his left. That's caught by Johnson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Touchdown! C.J. Uzomah, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
But he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining there now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock. So 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, that's to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for New England, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.